morning, I'm David Smalley with Elves and Angels. I'm going to do an assembly video on Grammie's Kitchen Deluxe today. In this video, I'm not going to put in all the screws. I'm going to try to only do what we have to do so that we cut the time of the video down and you don't have to waste all your time watching the video. So here we go. When you receive the Grammie's Kitchen Deluxe, this is your door frame. It's all assembled like this, but these knobs are not on. You're just going to take a screw and the knob. There's 5 pre-drilled holes here. You're going to screw the knob in until it's snug. After you get it snug, put a Phillips screwdriver in and back off the screw a quarter turn. What I mean by back off is turn it counterclockwise a quarter of a turn until the knob spins. Okay, and that's the way you want it to go. Also, this faucet and these 2 knobs will not be on there. You want to do the same thing with these. Screw them down tight and then back off a quarter of a turn. Same with the faucet. Okay, so that's those. I'm going to show you some other parts. This is the rear connector, which the 2 backs, the upper back comes into here, the lower back comes into there, and you can see there's a groove on either side of this. And this is the upper back, it's the smaller of the 2. You can see it fits right in that track. And the bottom one does also. So the bottom back is the larger back. Excuse me, the terrible cold. These are the sides. As you can see with all Elves and Angels flat pack, we put a groove in where the different parts goes. This is the cooktop, hut shelves up here, door frame here, shelf, 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 shelf. So it makes it easy for you to see where they go. Here we have 2 hut shelves that go on the top of the kitchen. And then the top scroll, which you'll see is grooved out here. It'll go right at the top of the kitchen. The top shelf will lock into this groove here. These are interior shelves. 3 are the same size. The middle shelf in the partition is the smaller one. That would be this one. So I'll get going on these and see what we can do here. Put this down. This. Okay, the first thing we want to do is put in the cooktop. We put the top into the groove. If you can, for example, you have a piece of plywood or a piece of wood or something like that, you could put it down at that end there, or a magazine or something. It'll take the pressure off this, allow you to snug in that joint, or if you have a helper, they can just hold that up a little bit. Makes it a little easier. You can use a Phillips screwdriver or a screw gun on this. You want to line up the cooktop with the inside of this groove here. That wants to be even there when you put that screw in. Like that. All right, like I say, there are 2 screws there. I'm going to try to just put in the one. And this is a big kitchen, so you need a decent space here. Move these things out of the way. And then I'll take the other side. I'm going to do the same thing on that. Now there's no more need for the magazine or the plywood, whichever you use. And just going to get a screw in. Same thing. Line up this even with the inside of that 1/4 inch groove. Okay, so that's in, and then we're going to take it like this. You can see what it looks like there, and swing it around, Now I'm going to install the door frame. I'll put it over here. This is the door frame I showed you before. There is 2 grooves that go up the sides here. You're going to take this. If you have a helper, have them hold one side so that this doesn't spread out on you. And you just slide this up like this. It's a wide kitchen, so might be a help to have someone. And slide it up there like that. And then we're going to put in a couple of screws here to hold this together. And bump it right up against the underneath of the cooktop. And I'm going to go over. There are 3 screws on the sides of this part of the assembly. And we'll put in 2 on each side just to hold it in place. Okay. Now your cooktop and your door frame are in. I'll show you what it looks like. Now we're going to put the hutch shelves in. Slide it around. And again here with the hutch shelves, what you're looking to line up, and I'll tell you why. You're looking to line up the back of your hutch shelf with the inside of the groove there. That groove is to the back, and you don't want to have it in the way of the track, so that's why you do that. Because you're going to slide the back up once we get to that step. And again, your top hutch shelf, this. Okay. Over on the other side. That. And then while we're right here, we're going to put in the top scroll. And as you can see, this groove I spoke of before, this shelf is going to lock right into that groove there. Yes. So you're going to put this here. Okay. And let me tell you one other thing while we're right here. And this would go for any part of an Elves and Angels product. You can see how that dropped in there. Sometimes that could be tighter than that. If you find that you think that that's too long, I would say 99% of the time it is not. The wood could be swelled or whatever. If you should see that, simply take your screwdriver, back off a quarter turn. This will release this piece here, and that'll drop right in. Almost all the time, they're the right length. Anything can happen, but it's an easy fix. And if you experience that with a cooktop or anything else, realize that there's nothing wrong with it necessarily. Most likely there isn't, but that's the way to fix it. It's a simple little thing that is built into the product line. Because wood is a natural substance and is really susceptible to moisture and other things. So it can change sizes all by itself. Okay, you have it to there right now. Cooktop is in, top shelves, oven shelf. Anyways, I'm going to that right now. We're going to put the oven shelf in. Looks like this. Okay, on the underside, there's pre-drilled screw holes. The rounded edge goes towards the door frame, slides in with these tracks. Again, as with all, you're going to line it up with inside of this groove. Let's put it like this. that. This. Okay. And then we've got we're going to go and get this upper back in here right now. No, maybe we won't. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we will. You have to excuse me, but we don't assemble these. I don't assemble these at all. And but I know the steps that we take on all the products. That simply goes. That upper back slides in right from the bottom. That 1/4" screw. You may have to lift up here to get it to lock into this groove. You see, it's locked in there. Then we go with the rear connector, which is this. It's grooved on both sides. We're going to take it. And here's another one of those situations where you could possibly think, oh, maybe that's too long. Back off the screw up above it, and it'll drop right in there if by chance it should be seeming tight. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put in little partition, the refrigerator partition. As you can see, let me see, I'm at the rear of the kitchen, so the 2 shelves here want to be towards this side when you put it in. Okay, as you can see, it matches this. This is the refrigerator part here. I'm going to take this and put it in this. Alright, snaps in there. You can see that it doesn't go all the way up. It's not supposed to. We're going to slide these shelves in here. 1, 2. These are the longer. 3 of them are longer, and the middle shelf here is the shorter one. They go in here like this. Now that I've done it this way, I would suggest not putting the rear connector in until you do this part here, the interior part. I think it'll make it easier for you. Okay. Then there's 2 screws here that, and again the shelves line up with the inside of that 1/4" groove that the back goes up. I'm putting those in right now. This. Alright, now we're going to get our other partition in, and the rounded edge of the partitions goes towards the front of the kitchen, or the door frame. So, there we go, there you have it. I'll slide it up in there. This. You can do it this way, I think. It's just, I don't want you to have to struggle with it, because it's not really a struggle. It's just my own stupidity of not knowing where it goes. Okay. Push this down a little bit. There's a screw for each of the partitions underneath the bottom of the bottom shelf. You're going to put those in. I think we're going to show you what they look like here right now. And I just push down on this, make it even. And then we're going to go with our other longer shelf. Both of the longer shelves go to the outside. The shorter one goes in the middle. You see how that drops down in there like that? And then I'm going to screw this in. And then we can, it's actually a screw here. Again, even. And then there are 2 more over here, I believe, or 1 more, yeah, 2 more. Okay, there we go. That. And I'll tell you, you can do, this either way. I guess the way I've shown it in the video is fine. You can put the upper back in. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible, but I can see now that it will work that way fine. So we've got the middle shelf. Just drops in the groove. That does not get screwed into anything, I don't believe. All right, so that's what that looks like right now. Maybe what I'll do is I'm gonna turn it around here. I'll show you. See if I can make it really clear to you. Okay. The double grooves go towards this side. Single groove here, here, and here. That's what that back looks like. I'm gonna slide. Maybe I'll do the back from this side. I'll show you. Just put one screw in the bottom of this. It's not necessary to double screw. So again, the 1/4" groove in the rear. The back slides up like this, and then into that groove, into the groove, into the bottom. This you're all locked in. This is what this play kitchen looks like from the rear. I'll see if I can. I'll just bring it up one time here before I stop. That's what it looks like from the back. Okay. And obviously you get a metal bowl. Excuse me. Like that. And a lot of play value here. Oven, storage, refrigerator, 3 shelves. Great little unit, actually. We offer this in both hardwood and softwood, which is fine. And the hardwood is the same, except we mark where you screw into, because we've already assembled it. There's only one step left in this, and it's to put in the plugs that we include in this. You just use a little bit of Elmer's school glue, or whatever you have. Elmer's school glue is non-toxic. Put a dab of glue on the hole. These plugs can either be a little loose or a little tight, depending upon the weather conditions, humidity. If they're tight, a little tap with a hammer, and they'll set right in. A lot of times, if it's been dry for a long time, they'll just drop right in there. Either way, the hole is the right size and the plug is the right size. It's just it's susceptible to moisture. I think that's about it for Grammie's Kitchen Deluxe. The fine kitchen, we brought it out in the 4th quarter of last year. It's become one of our best sellers because of the play value in it, and we hope you like it. And we thank you for supporting Elves and Angels products for 27 years, and the Smalley family also. So thank you very much.